Oh my God!
Tired of the same old radio talk show? There is an alternative. This is Gonzo Radio.
It's always an adventure. Let's hope we don't have the same reverb problem that we had before. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to the Gonzo Radio Show. I'm Big Daddy Gonzo. I am your host. Seated across from me, as you can see them right now, because I was desperate to get anybody on the fucking camera, because the soundboard pulled a knife on me at the very last second, and I went, no way, it's got to work. Yes, it's got to work. Okay, hi, everybody. I'm back. So tonight, seated across from me, matriculating on your screen from left to right, is one Mr. We'll call him Mike J, but he's Michael J. Bigley. Is it Bigley or Bigley?
It's my legal name.
Is it Bigley?
Bigley.
Bigley?
Just like it's spelled.
Bigley with an E?
Bigley.
It's an Irish thing. It's an Irish thing. If it was French, it would be Bigley. Bourgeois. And the quick wit to his left and your right is Mr. Dee Nath. Coming in, you got a room full of degenerate DJs essentially, and we're gonna sit around and chop it up for you. Now, not just DJs, although there's about 300 years of experience total in this room.
Yeah,
and I'm the young guy. Yeah, they look good for 80, right? 80, 82, you know. The walkers are over there somewhere.
My nurse is in the kitchen.
Yeah, He brought his Jamaican nurse. She's about deuce and a half, you know. It's real nice. She's cooking right now, actually.
You guys have nurses?
Yeah.
Nurses. You can afford nurses. So, guys, hi. Welcome to the show.
Good to be back.
Nice to be back.
God, I'm hoping you're not reverbing, because I had to like press that button back down and go back.
If he's
at it
reverbing,
again, so.
text me. Let me know.
No, actually, because what I can do is I can go to the chat room on the show while the camera is on you, looking, smile, do a pose down or something, entertain the folks. But tonight we're going to get to a myriad of subjects because, quite frankly, there's a lot going on.
Hold on.
Especially with you guys. I must say that is a fine, my guys. Okay, hey, my people are chiming in. I'm good. Sounds good. Does D sound good? D, say hi to the nice people.
I feel like the Godfather when I'm talking to the senator.
Yeah, see now.
Excuse me, Gonzo. I sound very good. Does it sound good?
Hey, to my recollection, I don't understand what you're asking me.
You are correct, Gonzo.
I would like to. I would like to consult my attorney. I'd like. At this time, I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment rights under the advisement of my attorney.
You are correct, Gonzo.
Oh, now you're getting into Robert Mueller territory,
right.
or it's like
a little half and half.
1950s and 60s, right
Not
here.
Not to be confused with De Niro in the casino. You know, it's a lot. Those three scenes just sort of meld into.
It's a little more. He's a little more cold in casino.
I think it's time that I said something now. A little bit.
To
say something.
Well, but so there are a myriad of things going on, of course, with Mike, and I mean D is just here because D was just a ride, so you know. Yeah. But since D's funny,
knew how to get here.
Oh, okay, and since D's funny and D's a friend of mine, he gets to be on the show too.
Thank you, Gonzo.
So there. But
that was my whole plan anyway,
right?
Was to get him on show.
Well, Mike, you've got a lot going on. I mean, you and I have been talking a lot about a prospective new club happening up in and before anybody freaks out, it's not a new strip club.
No.
But up in the West Palm Beach area.
Yeah.
Because you have branched out, and just in case our good buddy John is watching. Hi, John. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
I sent him the link, so he possibly is.
Hopefully.
I sent a ton of people the link.
Hopefully. Oh my God! Really, we're gonna have like more than like 120 people watching.
I hope.
Yeah, we're averaging a mean average of about $120. You know, sometimes 50 when nobody wants to do anything.
Maybe I should have dressed up.
You know, you ask them, say, hey, could you possibly share this on your social media? And you get like a picture of like the logo on Instagram. Not that I'm ungrateful for anything that anybody does to help promote the show, but as I've learned this game, I've learned that there's arbitrage. Okay, arbitrage. It's a fancy French word for trade. Okay, the value that you bring. Okay, and it breaks down to you want to use the same recording, like what we're doing here is going to be on 3 audio podcasts. We're going to put it on 3 audio podcast platforms, and we're going to eventually start multicasting this to 3 live video platforms, and then podcasting it there. But you get that out, then you take clips, whatever you think might be funny for you. You take a clip out, and you put the clip on Twitter. You put the clip on Instagram. Make it like a 56.
It's a teaser. It's basically.
Yeah, well, no. What it is you want to. It's kind of like the Buffalo principle. We were just talking about what's his face, the guy who did did Dances with Wolves. Kevin Costner. Okay.
Just took my answer.
Okay. The Indians used all of the buffalo. What you're seeing now is podcasters are using all of the buffalo. Okay, guys like Joe Rogan are really good at it, but Joe Rogan's got a crew.
Yeah, he really is good.
He's got a crew, though. But what we need to do is use the whole buffalo. Okay, and using the whole buffalo, using pictures on Instagram, video clips on Instagram, go lives. You drop these videos in to the various platforms, and you use and reuse it, and you cast a wide enough net where people pay attention.
Yeah, it's like Uber networking.
Uber network?
Yeah, using every little.
Yeah, no, that's what was it Uber pools?
This is the first time I ever used that word. I don't know why I did it. Uber.
Yeah, Uber. I like Uber though.
Not if you're driving in it, but not to use it as a big.
Oh no, I used Uber in Chicago. Uber's the shit. I love Uber. Uber is great.
But as a word for big, never really used it.
Yes, it is. It is the word for big. You learn something new here on the Gonzo Radio Show.
I mean, cool.
But this Perspective New Nightclub is a perspective. I mean, the plan is to make it an entertainment complex.
Yeah, it's more of a destination place.
Right.
I mean, so you're gonna have you're gonna have bands, you're gonna have DJs, you're gonna have 3 nights of comedy, full scale restaurant. The nightclub part, they can go late at night. So after the comedy's done or after the daytime's done, you can have entertainment live. Albeit whatever you want it to be. It
right.
can be. So I could have a Latin night one night. I could have an urban night. I'm not gonna do country because we have a country bar in the vicinity. But
which one is that?
I don't want to say that. I don't want to give away the location yet.
No plug.
No plug. But we're working hard on getting this deal done like by the end of the week, so we can actually be up and running by mid to the end of September.
Well, and you've consulted with me over getting comics in there, especially some of the local comics.
Bringing local cars to basic host. I mean, I'll have guest hosts. Of course, they get compensated, but we have a big pool of comedy down here already.
Huge.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
And with the network that I'm going back to, and with who I had my club back in the 90s through, and they're still running strong. I found out more today.
Yeah, we're not going to drop that name either.
No, we're not going to.
All of a sudden, everybody would be calling them, going, "You're going down to West Palm Beach."
Right. So, it's coming to fruition, and it's coming faster than I thought it was going to. But hey, this train's going, so get on.
Hey, well, I'm already on it.
Yeah, I know you are.
Choo choo, choo choo. And I can multitask. I can do this, and I can do my club gig, and I can go help book comedy acts. So there.
Right. So we're good to go.
And do live remotes from there.
Exactly, and it's all set up for it.
Yeah, things are expanding, and then and then they'll sponsor the network, and then we'll do network shows from there, and then we'll do Rock Rehab, huh?
It's coming back, yeah.
Live comedy shows, is that?
Yeah, well, yeah, live comedy shows.
We could probably start
comedy?
streaming that too. We could probably stream it, but then
afterwards.
Yeah, let's do that later. Let's get it open.
We'll have some other sort of setup. I've always maintained that any sort of nightclub that has any sort of music or any sort of entertainment that you can broadcast should be streaming live.
Well, I mean, I think the Elbow Room started that in the beginning. You used to be able to go to the Elbow Room. Starting like 10 years ago, and somebody in Michigan would go up to it and call their friends and go, "Hey, I'm on the camera."
Right, and I think it's the best way for people to understand or to feel the essence of what's going on, to experience the atmosphere without actually being there. And I think it would also draw people in. I think they would. I think it would draw people in if somebody heard one of us, running a hot night with 50 girls and and shouting people out and playing cool songs. You hear the cool song playing in the background, and you're talking about beautiful girls, and and you're just hearing those girls' names, Victoria and Annalise, yada da da da, and that would draw people in
real time. Yeah,
in real time, it would draw people in.
You used to do a show, and when you guys started a while back, you used to go to different clubs or different events, even in Vegas. But that was kind of cool because when you listen to it. When you listen to it online, it was like you said, it was kind of energetic. It was
right, and that was a lot of fun. It really it made me rely on my old radio talents.
Yeah, it sure did.
That was back in 2013, and that was a different time and a different life
really good
and a different universe.
You were great at it.
We'll be better at it with a video. I promise. We'll be better at the video. I really will. I mean, I'll have like a producer and everything because right now it's just I got the mouse, and
you got
so
a boom guy and a light guy and a camera guy, or women. It could be either.
And a makeup person, and somebody's got to put some powder on this.
Yeah, because we all have faces for radio, so we got to work on that.
I mean, I've got good lighting here. I mean, you guys are really well lit. I mean, I'm lit in 3 different kinds of ways, but and this lighting situation has finally gotten decent because this has taken a little bit of it's taken a little bit of a metamorphosis to get this good. Oh my God. But and my people in the chat room are all talking about a nice step and repeat. Yes, Lisa, I know it's a step and repeat. That's what they called it when I purchased it. It was right there on the catalog. Step and repeat. But we can sit here and kibitz all night about the upcoming club. It is coming.
Yes. And Rock Rehab's coming back. It's just the rebranding right now. I really want to bring my other 2 hosts, Tim and Gabe.
Yeah.
I want them involved. It's just about, for me, I couldn't get advertisers through the market we were going before.
Right.
All right. That was in the very beginning. And as we expanded the second time, it was just a disagreement of subject and guests. Bad timing for me.
Right.
Most of that was my fault. And that had nothing to do with Tim or Gabe. But we also, our lives went in different ways to where it wasn't as important to do it. Now, for me, it's important to bring it back because I got a lot of friends. I just got a call today about someone who just got out of treatment who needs aftercare. I'm always getting these phone calls, so I want to bring it back. I want to be able to have advertisers. I want it to make a difference, but I also want to reach that market, and I wasn't reaching the market I was looking for. People were treating it.
Even if it's just one person.
It was more like entertainment. Instead of, okay, yes, it can be entertaining, but it has to reach the people that need the help. And it was not, we weren't marketing it the right way. So I really want to do the reboot and get it up and running and do it strong and do it the right way this way. So it's going to take a little time, but it's coming back.
Well, one way that we can start, and we'll have ourselves a production meeting right here on the air and tell everybody. One way that you need to start is, and we'll get you an email box on the network email server. Okay, we'll get a Mike J at Gonzo Radio Network.
Right.
That's right. We got our own email server, and we'll get you that. And what we'll do is we'll start taking emails from viewers, listeners, and we'll encourage them to send emails with questions.
Right. No, okay, and you're right. And Tim did a great job before. He did the website. We had the whole email thing set up, and we were going in one direction, but at one point it started going 2 different directions, and I got uncomfortable, and that was more on me. And at the time, my personal life was bleeding into professional life, and it wasn't working for me. So
you were dating a stripper?
No. Nope. Santana, you did not hear that.
Earmuffs.
My daughter.
Earmuffs.
Anyway, no.
Wait a second. Are you allowed to date strippers that we work with? No.
That's a big no. We're not supposed to. Have you done it? No. What was Michael Peters' old joke back in the day. You can eat your weight in waitresses and bartenders, but stay away from my money.
Hey, I like that.
That was it. 2 right there, nose to nose. Anyway, so yeah, we would do that. And Tim did a great job. We had it set up, and I still want him involved in it. Tim did a great production. He carried the ball with that, and I respect and appreciate everything he did because he's very talented. He's just spread thin right now. He's doing a very good job up in Atlanta. And
you have me as a producer.
I
so.
do, absolutely. So I can just bring him in as talent this time, so he doesn't have that much of a weight on him, and we can look at it from 3 different angles again. And adding him is going to be 4. So
You may not even. We're talking about Tim Rhodes. You may not even need Tim because he's going to have to Skype in.
well, no, that's what we were doing before with him.
Right.
So
Well, he was calling in.
we were calling him.
Right.
And he was doing it through Skype. We had a whole, however he had it set up. I was never part of the production.
Right.
They all did that. I just brought the idea and got the thing together. They ran with the other part. Yeah. But we want to bring this man on because he's got a story to tell.
You're funny. You're good.
You, man, you.
You guys have a good dynamic.
Oh, we did.
You were always serious, and then you had Tim, and you had Gabe.
Hot Tub was...
And between the 3 of you, you had 3 different personalities.
And I knew Hot Tub back when he was a hot mess. And to see him transform into what he did... And no, I'm not saying we didn't have fun back then, but his stories are... There's no fabrication when he told his stories, man.
He speaks well, too. He really
He
speaks
does.
Well.
And
Same with all of you, actually.
And he was...
I still listen. I saw Hot Tub. I went up and visited up in South Carolina when visited Dano. And he brought me in to see Hot Tub's show.
Yeah, nobody does it like that.
This was right at the end of the hot mess times.
Right.
Okay, he had been cleaned up a little bit. You know, he was still a little heavy, still a big dude, but he grabbed the stage by the throat,
and he didn't let go till he was done.
He ringed it out.
I love watching him work.
A riot, absolute riot. So, I mean, you don't necessarily need all of those guys. It could just be the 2 of you.
No, absolutely. But because of their loyalty and the way they did it so well, I want to bring them in on every once in a while. And with their schedules, I don't even know if it's possible. We're going to have to work at that. I just wanted to announce it's coming back. We're doing what we got to do to get it back. And my end of it will be more of a clinical version to get to the people and say, okay, listen, connect with us and we'll get you where you need to go. And then everyone else's stories, we all have the same stories basically, just different times of our lives. And I think everybody can relate to that better. And I started it because of the adult entertainment business, because that's what I was in. And people they don't know how to get out. That was the original way of starting this. That's why I started it. And now I think it's more prevalent because it's not stopping. It didn't curb any. So
what a great bunch of talkers too between all you guys.
Oh yeah, we could go.
Guys you have it. You have a talent for it. And
but this man right here,
it's great. You guys are talkers because no matter how many times I tell however many people to watch the show on YouTube and submit questions through the YouTube comment section, I get like 2 or 3 people text message me. Text me.
I did that
during the show.
I did that for the football show the other day, but I didn't realize there was a chat box. I wasn't even looking.
Not good at following.
What is wrong with you? No, I listen, and you know what? I bust balls because generally the people that do text me are like you, like my age, not exactly the most completely tech savvy.
38, about that age.
Yeah, a little past millennial, a little past, just a hair past millennial.
A
little bit. Yeah, and they of course they text away, and it's like, asshole. What are you doing?
Does that kind of stuff bother you, Gonz? Like when people can't follow. I mean, I see it sometimes.
They can't follow directions.
No,
what?
I like with you. You have like a little bit of like you don't have you don't put up with a lot of small bullshit. You know what I mean? Like little things.
Because little shit.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Easy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the easy dumb shit, and people I see people who go through life like Sideshow Bob in a field of fucking race. Okay, and you want to tell them, stop, don't take another step.
Yes.
Huh? Bob. That makes me nuts.
I remember we were on a.
And it kind of makes me nuts because I've been that at various points in my life. I've been like that too. Yeah. Okay, and I want to share the wisdom. It's like, just stop. Don't move. Don't move.
Listen.
Listen for 1 second. Oh, but I want to bah. What did you bah? Did you ever see what is it the oh my God, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, with the field of if you have any thought that field of just flat. They look like fireplace shovels, and just bang. So don't think anything. What? Bang. That drives me nuts. Some shit like that, and baby shit drives me nuts. It's like you're a fucking adult. What are you doing? It's baby shit. That makes me crazy.
You're getting riled up. Even
I'm
just talking about it. That's what I was.
I'm
that's why I asked
riled
you the
up talking
question.
about it.
I
What are you, an
like
idiot?
It got hot in here all of a sudden. Huh? What happened?
It's me. I'm radiating heat now that we're talking about things that piss me
I
off.
see that. Steam.
And midgets. Don't get me started about midgets. No,
They do to you.
I love midgets. I love the little people are awesome. Little
bit.
people, little bit.
A little bit.
Get a little closer to the microphone and say that.
A little bit.
I thought so. Okay.
I heard some things.
Thank you, Mr. Nath. Thank you, Mr. Nath. Well, all right.
No, Yana. No, Yana.
No, the cross-examine. The defense will now cross-examine.
Thank you, Gonzo.
All right. So
What's a ute?
what's a ute? So the text message I got
Right.
from a friend of all of ours,
Oh, no.
a common friend of all
Can
of
I guess
ours,
this name?
and this friend, he's big in the business, big in life,
GB.
big. 2 letters. Thank you. 2 letters. GB. Okay, and GB.
Does he drive a green truck?
No.
GB has a question about UD, your new girlfriend.
Oh,
You have a
no.
new girlfriend.
What did he
You
bug?
got-
Did
shh,
he bug the car?
shh. No, motherfucker, no. DL. No, seriously.
It's just a massage once a week.
Just a
and I have to
massage?
pay her $150.
$150 for a massage.
I'm kidding. No, I think he was referring to somebody that we both know, and it was a little joke. So
It's a little jokey, a little joke.
You know what? I'm clueless.
You're clueless. Okay. See, see, he went to the trouble of texting.
No,
I
Yana.
love GB. I mean, we've
And,
known each
you
other
know-
for forever, and I love the show. By the way, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. I think it was 3
really-
weeks ago.
Oh, that
little
one.
while back.
Yeah, he is
Not JB. GB.
GB. We said GB.
I'm sorry.
Listen up, Grandpa.
You two guys together. I'm not kidding. You and GB are. It's just like a energy.
I would love to
listen.
do a show with
I
him.
watched the whole thing. It was great. Good.
I would love to do a show with him. It would be an honor. I'd also like to get control of my phone back. But all
Busted
right.
you out for your girlfriend.
Well, yeah, right. Well, we do actually have scheduled, not scripted, but we do have structured content here at the Gonzo Radio Show. And one such structured content is a segment that visits an absurd news story, an absurd story that's in the news that makes you go, "Are you fucking kidding?"
Are you fucking kidding?
Are you FKM? Are you
fucking kidding me?
Say that to myself.
Now this one, yes, and you say, I know we all say, "Are you fucking kidding me?" 15
TV,
times.
Facebook.
I do it.
Twitter.
Listen, I do it. I've got a Publix that's about a half a mile from here, and I do it 15 times before I get to the fucking Publix. Okay, because I'm glad to see. I used to think that I used to drive a Cadillac DTS. As you see, I got a new truck. I got a new truck.
It's a pretty truck.
It's a pretty truck too.
It's a pretty truck.
Yeah, I missed my old truck.
You know, I
But
have the little. Not to interrupt you. I have a little utility wagon, and pulling up to your truck, I felt so inferior. By the way, I was pulling up.
it's yeah, but it's not about the size. It really is.
That's
You're
what
saying
she
that
said.
to make me feel better.
It's not about the size.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not about the size.
Gonzo, yes, it is.
Your Lexus is very pretty.
I'm
all
sorry.
right, stop.
So you're at the
Don't
Publix.
hurt.
You're at the Publix.
I was gonna say he's crying. He's been
Driving a
working,
Lexus.
He's been working for MJP for a million years, and he's got to have a couple of nickels to rub together. What is it? Is it only a 4-year-old Lexus? Is it was 3 years old? What? One.
But it's
One.
still smaller. It's
Peon
still,
that I
it's
am.
still smaller. I pulled up to it. It was like a Nazi truck, giant, big. It was just big, ready to crush my little truck, my little girly wagon.
Your little girly wagon's probably about $20,000 more expensive than my truck.
No. But you keep making excuses. It's bigger. I like it. I'm sorry.
Bigger?
I got to get a bigger truck. I think we've established
I
that.
only have a 6-cylinder. If that makes you feel any better, it's only a 6. The 4.3 liter gets very nice gas mileage. Does very
Look,
well.
I have about 10 therapists in my phone. Would you guys want me to call one for you two right now?
A little complex. I'm getting a truck complex, guys. I don't
I'm
know.
telling you.
It's upsetting.
She can referee this.
But it is a nice truck.
Donna, are you listening? Call
It's a
me.
nice truck. So, Gonz, you were going to Publix.
Yeah, I yell. Are you fucking kidding me? At least fucking 10 times before I go there, because I drove Cadillac DTS, and you could tell some people had an attitude because it looked like the Deathmobile. Yeah. And then you got a big mook with fucking wraparound sunglasses and sometimes smoking a
Animal
big cigar,
House.
and people are like, "Well, I'm just gonna do the speed limit so that you can wait," and it's like, okay, I've gone so far as to stay back a respectful distance, slow down. And because they got too far ahead of me, they slowed down, hit their fucking brakes, waiting for me.
Welcome to South Florida.
Because they want to be in front of the black Cadillac. Okay, and then, of course, people pulled out in front of me like I wasn't even there. Well, now I got this big-ass truck, still invisible. Still fucking invisible.
Not to me, it's
like
not.
I'm not even there. So, okay, enough about me and my new truck. It's an awesome truck.
It
Chevy
is an awesome
Silverado
truck.
It's a
Custom.
nice
It's
truck.
great.
I love it. I love it.
Great truck.
The RUFKM story today, and I don't know if you've paid much attention to the news today, okay, but the news over the weekend that there were not one but 2 mass shooting massacres.
In 13 hours.
Yeah, within 13 hours of each other. One being in an El Paso Walmart, and a nut job from Dallas with a manifesto in hand drove all the way out to El Paso, so I guess so he could get the right the right volume of Mexicans in his massacre, I guess, scumbag, and he opened fire on a Walmart full of families shopping for back to school.
Yeah.
Families.
And then ran
shopping for
across
back
to a
school.
mall next door to it.
Right. Okay. You are an animal that deserves to be put down right next to the hole that your body should be shoved into and covered with concrete.
I agree.
Period.
The fact that he was in Texas and he didn't get shot by somebody blows my mind.
Yeah, well, that once again, now we have 2 instances where gun right activists like to immediately, well, if you have a good guy with a gun, that'll stop a bad guy with the gun. Well, not every time.
Yeah,
Because
you know
that
there were
Walmart-
people there that had guns, but
At least 2. At least 2. There are at least 2 armed guards at every fucking Walmart in the country. Little Walmart, big Walmart. At least 2 with guns. Once again, we're back to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas with a coward cop hiding behind his car instead of trying to stop a maniac with a gun. Good guy with a gun
didn't work.
did dick. Okay? And believe me, when somebody says, "Oh, well, would you be so brave?" I've been shot at.
Yeah.
Okay? I've been shot at. And the only reason why I was running away is I was running away to go get my fucking gun.
Yeah.
Okay? And when I got to my gun, and I'm not a gangster. I'm not a badass. I'm not somebody who walks around, I had to run a long fucking way to get to my gun. And I got shot. I got grazed. I got a bullet graze on my leg. So I've been shot at. So I can talk all the shit I want. Yeah, I will. I will fight back. I'll run first. I'll run like hell. Because what you can do, stand there, what are you going to do, shoot me? Yeah, well, thanks for standing still, dummy. Boom, boom, boom. But
I think that's something until it happens, I don't think you'd know what you would do.
Right.
Sort of like going to war. You can say I'd be the
Right.
biggest hero, but until that instant happens, because I think of it myself, carrying my 45 or guns or even my rifle, would I be able to, in that instance, be able to make that decision? Even knowing that he might shoot back at me, I don't think I would know until that happened.
Right.
So that's a kind of a really.
And I've been in it, and I've had it happen. I'm not going to get into it, but the second one is what really pissed me off as bad as the first one. But then I find out today that the one in Dayton, Ohio, the guy, he killed his own sister.
Right.
Because she was dating a black guy he didn't like.
Right.
So he blows up that
But
tape,
that
and they
was a black
drove
guy,
together.
though.
They drove together.
That was a black guy, though, right?
Yeah.
I saw the video. I mean, he had like dreads, and he dressed in tactical gear.
And then he was heading into the restaurant, and those cops showed up within 30 seconds. And before he got into the restaurant, they put him down. And that's
a good guy with a gun.
There you go.
It's such a broad conversation, though, because there's so many ways of looking at it.
Right.
I think that you could even say that there's so much social media that portrays it, as news and as entertainment, that if somebody wants to do it, they're going to do it now because they're going to be out in the news. There's so many ways of looking at it.
But also the first one he picked, this guy was an opportunist. Whatever hate he had for his nutbag head, he picked it out. He knew it was going to be packed. He knew it was a stock fishing pond, and he went in there and did it. He thoroughly thought this out.
Yeah, fish in a barrel.
Right, and to me, there's no way to protect us from people who are legally able to get weapons.
Right. But I think
but they don't have to go through a mental health check to be able to get those weapons because they have nothing on their background to keep them legally from getting a weapon.
That's another aspect of it. But don't you think there's so much glamorization or exposure on social media that when people are going to either commit suicide or do something, they're going to go a step further because it's
Yeah, because it's sitting out there for everyone to see.
There for everybody to grab, and that's the way to go out.
It's the glory, the glorification.
It's the
like
TMZ
death by cop,
thoughts.
well, now it's death by killing everybody else and making your statement
Right.
nationally. So I mean, there's so many ways of looking at it.
Right. Well, the mook in El Paso surrendered, smiling.
Right.
Yeah, and
he's been a happy dude.
and he still didn't get shot.
Right.
I'm just.
He's been a happy dude because now he's a white supremacist, icon.
Right, and I think the social media has a lot to do with that. A lot of
Well, they need to send him
they're
to a
making-
prison where there's not too many white people for
if you're
him.
gonna
Send him to an El Paso prison.
Yeah, if you're going to
Jeez.
go out and make a statement, why not do it on national television? And
I-
that's readily available anywhere. You can get that exposure, anywhere.
Well, that exposure isn't going to help much.
No.
It isn't going to help much because he's going to go away.
No,
and
who
in
is-
Texas, wait, that's a death penalty state.
Automatic.
Yeah, so you're going to die eventually.
In about 30 years, when you get done with your appeal process,
Right.
crying out loud.
The last guy there went home and got his rifle and killed the last guy that was assaulted. What happened there? He went across the street, got his rifle in one of the shootings. Not too
Ended
long
up
ago.
taking him down.
Yeah. So I was surprised.
You know what? There's so many of them that I just read it the other day. How many countries have 0 shootings? And we've had 290. And
Right.
you had France and Germany. A couple of them had 1. But out of 30 countries, we had 290 mass shootings with what? How many years?
We're the wild, wild, pew, 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 cowboys. I mean, seriously, if you go to Europe, if you go to Asia, a lot of people will be like, hey, American, hey, pew, pew, cowboy. Chicago,
when
bang,
you
bang.
go to New York, when you go to New York and how many people die a week there, or like Chicago, and there's no exposure, but when somebody does it publicly to make a...
Well, Chicago's been in the news a lot because people are dying every week.
Right.
And they have a 0-gun policy, and so does New York City. That you're not allowed to have a gun.
Yeah, it's a lot of. I mean, yes, the sensationalism isn't helping
No.
because it draws the most extreme elements from both sides of the argument. Okay, but there is one rational centrist ideal here, and this is from a gun owner.
Right.
I own multiple guns. The week after the Douglas massacre, I was here like a nut job waving my gun around on the air telling everybody keep these away from lunatics. And that's true. That should go without saying. That should go without saying. Crazy people should not be allowed
Yeah,
to
but
have
there's not
guns.
a mental health check when
Right.
you do your FBI background
Yeah.
check. Yeah, okay, I get that, but it's hard. They're not mind readers. They don't, unless it's gone up the chain since they had people and red flags go up, and that should be checked into thoroughly.
Right. Well, and we'll get to that because that's part of. I'm coming up. You're getting ahead of me. God damn it. But the thing that I'm most worried about is the overreaction. Okay. Yes, I completely understand and agree that there should be better regulation. There should be enforcement. There should be ending of loopholes. There should be enforcement. There shouldn't be such a saturation of firearms in our society. There shouldn't. There shouldn't be such a saturation.
Too late,
Yeah, I know it's a little too late now, right?
What was that one quote someone said about, when the Constitution was written, back then you had a couple muskets and that was it. They had no clue that the AR-15 was coming about in 100 bullet clips. And
Right.
that wasn't even thought of. In theory, I agree with it 100%. But then you get to this mass stuff and it's like, where?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the laws were made to protect us from our government.
Right.
And we all know the story with that now. But secondly,
Do you have a nuclear weapon in your garage?
No.
I don't.
But what I think.
How are we going to fight against our government with,
I got a whole
with
shitload of 45
AR-15s?
rounds.
Right.
Yes, I'll trade you.
But we're not going to beat our government. So that makes no complete sense now.
But my point second being that
I'll ruin your fucking day if you break in my house, though.
There you go. But if there's a tank in your driveway, shoot all you want.
you have an issue with two sides, and one side wants to protect themselves,
Right.
and the other side doesn't want those weapons to be hurting other people. So,
Right.
you have two good points, just like in politics. Nobody wants to work together, and those 2 points, there's not going to be a solution. You're always going to have two sides. And
But here's the catch: who has to fix this? The politicians, because we can't.
Well, here's the crazy part. It's a two-part RUFKM thing. But here's the crazy part. The positive crazy part is that President Trump wants to enact a red flag system. He would like to develop a red flag system to be able to identify troubled people that may be a little, whether it's temporarily emotionally disturbed or it's completely fucking whack job manifesto right and I hate everybody disturbed.
And there basically is sort
Okay.
of one right now, and which you guys don't get, and I know this because of, as my whole thing, becoming a counselor and doing therapy. People that are Baker acted or Marchman acted, all right? That's supposed to be a red flag to the government. It's supposed to be put somewhere in a database. So when you do go to try and get a gun, that shows up. If you're Baker acted saying you're going to hurt other people and yourself. Now, the problem was the HIPAA laws, which prevent people from knowing what's wrong with you, whether it be physically or mentally, they had a clash, so it never made it there. It still isn't there. So there's one way to be able to tell it, but then you're breaking the HIPAA laws for the health.
Then you have a lot of people thinking that's the first step in taking.
And the government's going to come in and try and take everything from me.
Right.
So I get it.
It's a broad conversation.
I get
There's
it.
so many ways of looking at it.
Yeah, and we're only going to be here an hour, so we can't delve into that. But Donnie's getting
Tune in
after
next
it.
week. Tune in next week.
Donnie's getting after it, so I have to give him props. As much as it pains me.
I'm on the same side of the fence. I like that.
And everybody's like, why do you hate Trump? I hated him since 1985. Shut up. It had nothing to do with him being president. Him being president, I'm like, well, this ought to be fucking interesting.
Did you know? I mean, he's been in so many different movies and cameo shots, and I didn't realize this until the other day. I was cleaning, and the movie Little Rascals from 1984 came on.
Right.
And he's in that
He's in
movie.
it.
He got eyebrows that look like they're flying.
Right.
And there's this 1980s hair looking like he's in Motley Crue.
Right. Well, here's another tangent for you. GB says that he's been in the chat room, and he said his escort's here and he's got to go. But
Make sure you tip well.
Tip
okay?
well.
Tip well.
Yeah, hey, it's an industry thing. But Cesar Sayoc,
20 years, baby.
the mail bomber.
Oh, I can talk about this because my ex-roommate, Scotty Meggs, I know you're not
Scotty.
listening because you're never on Facebook, but Scotty was working with him when he got arrested. Scotty was on 50 news channels being interviewed by these people. Excuse me.
Scotty, we love you. Hopefully you watch the, rebroadcast of this or listen.
I texted him today. I said, hey, your boy got 20 years. I have not heard back from him.
Yeah,
yet.
he's not claiming that,
He's
dude.
not.
No. he's
20
not
years he
claiming that.
got.
Yeah, I had a couple of brief encounters with Mr. Sayoc.
I did back in 2002, but that's when
Right.
he worked for Gallardi, and I was on the other end. I was at downtown.
Right. It was like 03, 04 for me. He was hanging around the wrestling business, and when I was deep in the wrestling business, he was a little bit of a wannabe.
Oh, you weren't a male stripper with him?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was just curious.
I would have been better at it though, but because I can actually dance. I wouldn't have had to I wouldn't have had to pincushion myself with fucking steroids and HGH for fucking 6 years. But that's an entirely different story. Enjoy prison. It's going to be a lot of fun.
20 years for being a moron.
Yeah, just being an idiot. What are you going to do? That's the idiocy. That's where we're at right now. Is that people go off the deep end and they mistake their enthusiasm for patriotism, and and you know what? And half the time you do it just to piss people off. You don't even believe your own
Or
bullshit.
make a political statement, correct?
Or to make a statement.
Yes.
I saw a meme
know?
of one of his bombs, and they opened it up, and there was a whole 4 rows of Play-Doh, and it had a wire to it, and it was attached to a cigarette lighter
Oh God.
with some gunpowder.
I just find all that so disturbing and such a.
Did it say Acme on the side?
No, it didn't, but it should have. But well, the one thing in today's article, they left out strip club DJ as one of his professions. Today was the first time it said former male stripper and professional wrestler.
Well, listen, let me tell you what.
I was like,
it still boggles my mind.
He did it for 3 days.
How many right-wing conservative DJs there are? Yep. It boggles my mind. And when I say boggles my mind, my original concept of strip club DJs, the type of strip club, how they would lead politically, would definitely be liberal.
Right, because
okay?
that's their job.
I mean,
yeah.
I work with naked women and alcohol, but once I got to know more DJs across the country, it definitely became regional.
Yeah.
It definitely became dependent on where you're from, your upbringing.
They're sheltered white.
Your sheltered white. Your white people bubble.
It does, I mean, that's bottom line is it doesn't matter because when we get on that microphone, when we do this, that none of this has anything to do with the job we're doing. So we're not there to spew our beliefs on them.
Right.
We're there to do a job.
Right.
So it's hard. You're right. It's
and
hard.
Believe me, Republicans spend a lot of money in titty bars.
Talking.
Well, damn it, depending on election season, they all do.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can tell you for a fact, between the three of us, we can talk a whole lot of shit and drop some.
I just don't feel like being subpoenaed in the next 3 months. I'm going to be busy right now doing stuff.
We've never seen any elected official in any way, shape, or form on the federal, state, or municipal level
never do anything illegal ever.
Actually,
ever.
I saw Stormy Daniels.
Illegal? No, not illegal. What?
That's another thing. You don't see many either politicians or even movie stars, sports names, because of all the social media. Nobody wants to walk into our club and get their picture taken. So you don't see much of that anymore.
That's why a certain club in Miami, they have a separate whale entrance for those people and an elevator to take them upstairs. I'm not going to name that because we're not plugging, but there are places that cater to people just to keep them out of the spotlight. Right. But when you're an idiot and you go in there
Drake
acting
to shout
like
me out in a song, I'm telling you right now. But anyway.
That's another show.
Yeah, that's a totally different show. And by the way, I am going to have that head DJ from that club here because we have a little bit of a friendly cooperative relationship still as far as podcasting is concerned. But I'm going to have him here too as well. But that's an entirely different story.
Oh, and that's a different club than I was talking about.
Okay.
So he even knows more of them.
The other reason why this RUFKM involves El Presidente Cheeto Hitler von Comb-Over is because oh my God. God, he was so fucking annoying before he became president. Okay. And I cannot begin to tell you how hard I laughed. I walked around laughing for 2 weeks after he came down that stupid fucking escalator. And I laughed for 2 weeks. I said, yes, it's going to be fun. And then a year later, I'm like, what the fuck?
It's not funny anymore.
It's not funny anymore.
No,
joke's over. Come on, some stupid Republican say something to make him look bad. Nope, just destroyed him.
It was
a roast.
Yes, of course.
It was a roast, but instead of the dais roasting the host roasted the dais. Every fucking debate. It was disgusting. But anyway, the reason why I could go on about this guy.
You couldn't write that. You couldn't write any of that.
No.
I would love to hear
when I say unbelievable, it's actually
I would
not
love
Aaron
to hear
Sorkin. Not anyway.
No, Aaron Sorkin, love him. I would love to hear what Abe Lincoln would tweet from back then. I wish they had Twitter back there for Abe Lincoln, other than the fact of Al,
are you fucking kidding me?
Except for Al, what was that?
You know what I find funny, not to change it, but speaking of Twitter, do you know if with the Twitter accounts, anybody can hack into his Twitter and write something, pretty threatening to another country early in the morning, and they can take it.
I don't know. I think they fixed all that because of him.
I already lose enough sleep over this. Don't tell me that. I don't want to know that. I was lay awake at night going.
But it's just the fact that this another broad conversation. This is
some Antifa idiot from Berkeley is going to fucking cause World War III.
Exactly.
Because you could hack into the president's Twitter account.
Exactly.
And that's right. That's why I said Antifa idiot, because there's idiots on both sides. Yes. I'm the anti-Trump, where Trump says there's good people on both sides. No, there's fucking horror shows on both sides. Okay, horror shows. round them up and set them on fire. There, you want a despot? I'll be a despot for you. Go straight to Satan Hitler. But
I like that name, Satan Hitler.
Satan Hitler, Satan von Hitler.
I'm going to name my second child that.
Yeah, he had it shortened to Satan Hitler when they come over from the old country.
Well,
Took
there
out
went
the
that
von.
one sponsor I was thinking
Yeah,
about.
bye sponsor. No,
See ya.
it's a joke.
I'm joking.
It's a joke.
I'm a kidder. I'm a kidder.
We got a disclaimer
Jokes.
at the end of the show.
Jokes. I have a disclaimer before and after the fucking show.
I do not
Okay?
condone Hitler nor who was the other guy?
Satan either.
Satan bad. We all agree. Satan bad. Satan bad. Satan bad. Satan bad. Okay. Satan bad. Okay.
Orange Whip.
Orange whip. Hey, Fruit Cup. Yeah, no, you Fruit Cup.
Who called him?
I'll go Dr. Detroit.
it was
Don't fuck with me. I'll go
The
Dr.
first time
Detroit.
I heard him
Listen
called
here, Mom.
Darth Cheeto was from John Harden. John
What?
Harden.
Oh, no,
he
no,
called
no.
him Darth
He
Cheeto.
stole that from me. I call him Darth Cheeto.
Is that you?
Harden,
I
why are you
just-
stealing my material, Harden?
I'm just saying, that's the first time I ever saw it. I had
saw
to give
that-
him
I see that on
credit.
social media. Was that you?
Cheeto Hitler is all me. Cheeto Hitler is all me. The dumpster fire in chief, that's all me. Dumpster fire at 1600, that's all me. I went on a metaphor. You got to understand, after he became president, I very calmly waited to see what was going to. I was like, okay.
You waited?
During
We
the
knew it was coming.
transition, he was there with the lighter, with the big long nozzle, the light fire spray. He's striking matches in the dumpster every day. Here's another one. Here's another one. It's like, oh my God, I can't even be patient and wait for you to start presidenting. Listen, I voted for H. Ross Perot.
Right.
Okay, I didn't like Bill Clinton. I was mad at the Republican Party. I left the Republican Party. Okay, I thought for the first year I thought Clinton was a fucking clusterfuck.
If Perot didn't sound like a Muppet and look like a Muppet and was a better looking guy, he would have won.
Listen here,
He would have won.
let me tell you something.
That's right.
Got that Texas affectation, talking 100 miles an hour.
He looked like
4'9".
a bald mouse with big ears, and he was a billionaire, for crying out loud.
Fucking genius. I'm telling you right now, if he was just allowed to have a 4-year term, he would have changed so much about the way this country does business in the country and around the world. He would have changed the landscape of this country. We might all be in fucking flying cars by now, but no. Anyway.
Now we just say, James, stop this crazy
This is
thing.
awesome because this has been like we're on 48 minutes now,
Uh-oh.
and this has been like a half hour of digression.
Right.
And we're getting to the subject matter, but the other thing that I am pissed off about, and the thing that I am ironically pissed off about, is that the president is wheeling out an ancient, and I mean ancient, NRA talking point that started way back in 1985 with Ron and Nancy Reagan blaming video games. It's video games that are exasperating, that are aggravating the violent tendencies of the youth these days.
What do we have back then? We had Asteroids, Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt. It was Duck Hunt, bro. It was Duck Hunt. I remember them waving the gun around. Look, it's an actual gun. This is the gun. You could take this out on the street and a police officer could mistake you for being somebody with a real gun and get shot
For
with
a big bright orange gun in 1985.
I'll let you guys take this one away.
Them and Tipper Gore with the with the PMRC, the PMSC. That was insane. And then almost each and every president since that has experienced some sort of mass shooting has immediately whipped out video games are to blame. Whether it's Castle Wolfenstein, first-person shooter game, Doom, Call of Duty.
Right.
Okay? They keep whipping out all of these games. It's video games, but you know what? I see video games just blowing up.
And Grand Theft Auto was supposed to be the rise in carjacking.
We're actually using those people in the military who are good at video games.
Right. They're the ones who are doing drones
They're
right
drone
now.
pilots.
But it's just like hip hop or rap and guns. You had Duck Hunt, and now you have the
People
you
hunt.
name it. People
Fortnite
hunt.
and all
used
this
to have
craziness.
Fortnite, exactly.
With as many people as we have now playing that, and you're going to have millions and millions, you're always going to have those couple instances of something bad happening or an interpretation of the game, and they want to go out.
Yeah, a nutbag.
A nutbag. But
Disconnected from reality.
Yeah, when you have 20 people in a room and you're playing video games, everything's fun. But when you have 20 million people doing it, you're always going to have a case of some idiot or some.
Can we just take them out back and put one?
That's the whole.
Well,
thing.
let's go back to the 1800s.
But
I'm here.
There's just it's so readily available to so many millions of people. You're just like police officers that do the wrong thing. When you get enough of anybody, you're always going to have a very small percentage of something going wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Well, with
Let's
cops
put
getting
100
shot-
strip club DJs in a room.
Yeah, we'll fix everything.
We'll talk about the world.
Yeah, the only thing that will come to a consensus is that all our tip outs should start at a minimum of $20 or 10%.
No, well, hell yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, like GTA, Grand Theft Auto, there was a big hullabaloo about that because you got to shoot cops.
Right.
Okay, so the cops were all up in arms about what, shooting police. What do you mean? Cops have been getting shot in video games for years before that.
Right.
It just wasn't so blatant and detailed that it's
I
a cop.
see you just sitting back there laughing.
Well,
Right?
I mean, we had the PMRC when I was younger, and you said shit on an album. You had a sticker, and you had somebody to tell your parents that they said shit on that
And
album.
you were Satan Hitler.
But now,
And every one of my albums in my closet, I'll have that sticker on.
What do you hear? What do you
Everyone.
hear on the radio now? Suck my dick, whatever you're gonna. It's just such an extreme version of what it was, like Duck Hunt all the way to.
And see,
what
you
we
don't
have
even need
today.
radio now. YouTube channels, any kid with a smartphone, they
Yep.
don't. That's it. And YouTube doesn't know how old you are.
Yep. They don't care.
No.
It's a hit.
This country has taken on its own life, and it's just going, and it's kind of hard. You can discuss things and worry about things and vote on things, but it's taken on its own life, and it's moving forward, and we're not going to stop it. I don't think we're going to stop too much of it. We can do our best to do it, but we are moving along, chugging
We are
along.
an out of control.
We are an anthill.
That's why I'm
It's
looking
taking
for
on its own.
property in
An out-of-control
Montana
ant
and
farm,
Wyoming.
exactly.
Yeah, I really think so.
Well, it was the name of the comedian is escaping me, but he's like, we're just an ant farm with pagers.
That's it.
Which shows you how old that
Pagers,
material is.
oh my God,
Yeah,
it's
ant
an
farm
old
with.
joke.
Shut up! You're old enough to have a pager.
Did you ever see where
1-800 SkyTel.
Did
I
you ever
used
see
to
where
have one of
They
those.
take New York City and they keep going higher, and it sort of takes on its own life the higher it gets, and the traffic's moving, and it's just like an anthill. We're a bigger version of that, and it's the, number one. We're not going to stop it. I don't think. And number two, I think it's taking on its own life until it runs its course. And we have these little talk shows, and we.
Or
talk
we
about
have
what we're
some
gonna
massive
do.
war to where
Well, whatever
we
it
all
is.
go backwards in time, and all these people that never had to
Dystopia.
deal with no electricity or something are going to be completely screwed.
Whatever it is.
I got to read a map. What the hell's this thing? It's not moving around when I move around.
I find it comical, actually. It's kind of,
And I got to tell you, we have some lively to and fro going on in the chat room. GB made his mark. He's back. Oh, he has returned.
He's back.
He's what? No, who is this?
Lock up the children.
He's talking dirty to other people in the dress. Stop that, GB. You're gonna scare. Well, actually, you won't scare around. These girls don't scare you that easy. But what we're gonna do
somebody's
is
escort coming.
right. Well, we're gonna no. He came back. I guess his escort came and went.
or he came in. she
Exactly.
Came in
Damn.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back with 7 deadly questions on the Gonzo Radio Show right after this.
Gonzo Radio.
Yeah, we are. Welcome back. While we were away, checking in with my peeps in the chat room, and thank you all so very, very much for having such a lively discourse, or not even discourse, just lively chats. Very good. I really, really enjoy it. I love when everybody has a good time in the chat room. It means that we're doing an interesting show.
Do they
and they're
serve
not paying
snacks in
any
the
fucking
chat?
attention to
Do
it.
they serve snacks in the chat room?
They probably do. They probably do. And
Chicken wings and
I'm telling you, man, they're having more fun than we are right now. And it's kind of pissing
impossible.
me off. It's pissing me off. It really is.
Impossible.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. And I'm actually like I'm fucking with show tools while we're chitty chatting here. But we are going to get to which is one of my let's see, which one do I have here? Get that one over there. And make sure that gets there. We are going to come up, and the damn 7 Deadly Questions logo is should be over here, and it's not, which is really crazy. What do you quit looking at your watch? I see you over there looking at your watch.
My nails. I got a little manicure. Thank you.
Manicure.
I have a Lexus and a manicure. Thank
Oh
you.
God! I didn't know we had a big shot here.
I'm kidding. I'm a kidda.
Big shot. Okay, were you guys ready for the 7 Deadly Questions? All right, so our 7 Deadly Questions, for those of you who don't know, they involve they're based on the 7 deadly sins, okay, which is lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. Yes, I had to look at the fucking list because I'm old and I have short-term memory loss. Okay, but I'm going to cut over to you guys. Bam, hi, how you doing? Welcome back. And I'm going to be able to kick back and read you some of these questions. First of all, number 1, question 1. Lust. If you could have sex with anyone, man, woman, cartoon character,
Oh, so you didn't say that earlier.
Past as well?
past, living or dead,
Well, that means dead, yeah.
I mean, maybe a stop action, claymation, whatever. There's a variety of answers.
Would you like
I
to
don't
go?
know, Mike. Well, first of all, Mike, you're like almost out of the picture. Scoot over to the left a little
man.
bit. There, we're losing you again. There you go.
Focus! Focus!
Focus, damn it.
Sorry.
Focus, damn you.
Would you like to take this one?
Lost.
Well, I originally said Sophia Loren.
Right, which Sophia Loren, 1964.
Well, 64, yes, but now
Like Audrey Hepburn.
Now she's old with money, so either one worked. But
She had money back then.
I changed my mind. Vanessa Borge. Now, you guys don't know her. If you ever watch CBS 4 News down here, she used to be the traffic girl. She moved up to anchor. Now she's in Fox News in L.A. So
Oh, yeah?
I got to change it to Vanessa Borge.
Yeah, Vanessa was. Yeah, I know who exactly who
Yes,
you're talking
yes.
about. A great hurricane reporter. Made hurricanes so interesting.
Well, she was only 4'2". They had to tie her to a tree.
right.
Spinner.
Right. Yeah. Well, 4'2" and 3 feet of boobs too. Okay, D.
I was,
Who is it?
I was going to go with Bridget Moynihan, but
Bridget Moynihan.
Hold on. I'm going to switch my answer to Judge Judy because
Judge Judy.
I think that would be just
Wow.
awesome.
And she's rich.
Even today, right now, she has it all, and she'd sit there, and I think no, stop that, and I wouldn't stop. I would keep going. I think that would make more of a statement.
And then she would do something like, "You see what you're doing right there?
Yes,
you see what you're doing right
See,
there?"
He gets me. He gets me.
And then she's got like a gavel on the nightstand, and she
Yes.
bangs the gavel
Now we're
when she
getting
comes.
somewhere.
She bangs the gavel
Yes.
when she comes. And bang, 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 bang.
Get over here right now. Do
Yeah,
it.
and Santana, don't listen to
yeah,
that.
don't
Earmuffs.
listen to that part.
Absolutely.
Okay, number 2,
I like that. You get me, Gonzo.
gluttony. What's your favorite pig out food?
You go first.
It was Italian. It will always be Italian. Italian. I love
So we're
it.
talking about
starch.
pasta, gravy, some with some meat in it,
See, he says gravy too.
some with some meat in it, some sausages.
and
So
then
it's
you know
not
what?
sauce.
And
It's
when
not
sausages-
sauce.
And when you don't
It
finish,
can be sauce.
Yeah,
Sauce.
when you don't finish it, you fry it up the next morning for breakfast.
There you go.
That's all I'm talking.
Okay, that's part of how I got fat. But anyway, I hate you because you're so skinny. Dude, you have no. First, my mom liked to cook Italian, and I was the kind of hungry kid that would stand in the refrigerator with a fucking fork and just start. And especially when I discovered marijuana, then it was on 16, 17. My dad would walk up behind me and go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Starch.
Take that shit out of there, put it in the fucking microwave, get the fuck out of the refrigerator. Close the refrigerator. And give me some of that while you're at it.
Did he know you were high? Did he know
No, he didn't know I was high, but he was mad that I beat him to it. He's like, give me some of that too. Fuck's wrong with you?
Give me those meatballs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were all about the meatballs. My mom made the best meatballs. She still makes the best meatballs. All right.
Mine's seafood.
Seafood.
Shrimp, scallops,
Anything with a shell.
shells, fish. That's
Yeah,
it.
I could Bubba Gump the shit out of
I
some-
could sit there all
shrimp.
night.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, that's good. Fine choices. Shrimp fra diavolo. Mussels marinara. Look, I put them both together.
Oh,
There you go. Number 3,
Forget about
greed. People are hoarders, they're collectors. There's always something. There's always something that people have to collect. They've got to have. So what is it, besides money, everybody's got to have money. Besides
It
money,
helps.
what is it that you hoard, that you collect?
Me, it's watches.
Watches.
It doesn't have to be expensive. It's just whatever catches my eye. Not the big gaudy crap you see in all the videos. No.
But wait, what's your best watch, though?
Invicta.
Invicta. That's an expensive motherfucker.
No, not if you know where to buy them.
Oh, you're one of those.
And this is where I go to my Italian friend over there, because when they fall off the back of a truck,
How you doing?
I can get a nice Invicta and a carton of cigarettes for like $60.
Excuse me, but it's a Port Everglades special, is what
Yeah,
it is.
that's it.
Excuse me. I have a friend in Port Everglades.
I'll
Then
tell
we
you
start
a
talking about
secret
trucks.
about Invicta watches now. If you want to get an Invicta watch for $89 to $100, really legal, go to any brand smart in the country now. They have their own Invicta thing. They might be 2 years old. They're not the new ones, but they're selling them for $90, $89, $119.
Wow.
Just a shopping thing. For Christmas is coming, so
It's
I'm
like
trying
a
to get.
$400-$500 watch.
I know. You wait and buy the one that's 2 years old, brand new, still warranted, right there.
Well,
And
I can't stand to have shit on my wrists. I don't like to have things on my wrists.
Handcuffs.
Handcuffs, things
yeah.
like that. Yeah, believe me, it reminds
got a
me.
nice set of bracelets for you.
Yeah. None for me,
Italian.
thanks.
They call those Italian watches.
Right, but look at you. But Mike, look at you. You got like a watch, and you got something on your other hand. You got something on both.
Well, I'm
wrists.
always wearing silver. I mean,
got the jewelry and
Jewelry.
Jerry.
Jewelry.
well,
the
these
jewelry.
aren't. These are for ocean.
The Irish jewelry.
These are the for ocean. The guys that clean up the ocean. These
Oh,
are
right
their
on.
bracelets.
Oh,
That's the shark. That's
a
something
little higher,
else.
a little higher for the camera. A little higher for the camera. Show the people. Very nice.
Yeah, you can get them at 4ocean.com.
Right.
And they sell these to make money to help clean the ocean.
Right.
So
See, you're Irish. You have to pay for your jewelry.
yeah, I don't got an Uncle Sal
Yeah,
down
you
the
gotta-
street.
It's Uncle Johnny.
It's Johnny. It's Johnny. We know Johnny. Johnny's a good guy.
His real name's Bruno.
Bruno. Okay.
Johnny two times. Johnny two times.
And you said no, we have a Tommy 2 times. Tommy 2 times. The watch you're wearing now though it's a metronome.
It's an Invicta.
Oh, it's an Invicta.
Yeah, it's an Invicta. It's just black.
And you got it for how much?
This one, actually, this was a gift.
A gift. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
But you said you had a watch with a metronome. You got it for like $8.
no, it's got a music note in
okay.
it. Yeah.
It's ticking though. I like when it just.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the other one. It's not a Rolex.
Irish people.
Talk
I'm
to your
telling you,
uncle.
These Irish
Right.
guys.
It's not a swatch.
These Irish guys.
All right. Well, okay, Mr. Italian guy. What is the thing that you have to collect?
Yeah, I'm weird. I collect shirts.
Shirts.
So it's just my little.
Shirts. Well, okay, but what kind of shirts? I mean, you got a
Calvin-
bitchin' T-shirt on.
I
mean,
never wear them, but for some reason I was wearing them in a club that I worked, and every time I pass by one, I have to get it. Calvin Klein shirts.
Calvin Klein.
I don't know why.
Calvin Klein makes good shit.
And guns I say, but not so much.
Guns.
Calvin
Yeah.
Klein shirts.
Guns and shirts.
Guns and shirts.
Gonna open a store.
Pew pew, and you look good too.
Hey.
All right, on to number 4. Sloth. Okay, sloth. Your lazy side. Okay, what is the thing that you really like to get out of doing?
Washing utensils.
Washing utensils.
It's a mental thing. I hate it. I'll do everything in the house: a laundry, mop, clean, utensils. It's like fingers on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Moving, helping friends move.
Oh,
that's the
I
worst.
don't. First of all, I don't help friends move
My arm
anymore.
doesn't work too well.
No,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
My
I'm one
back,
of those
it's my
guys
back.
that do. Yeah.
Yeah, well, no. What sucks is I got a new pickup truck, and everybody's like, "Hey, can you help me move?"
So I told him, wait for those calls.
Nope. I'm gonna help you move as many times as I did before.
Have them call
None.
me. I'll speak for you. No.
Yeah. No.
No. No.
No.
I'm gonna refer you to my consigliere.
Right.
Consigliere.
Case in point.
I'm Irish.
When I move, I hire somebody to come move my shit. I'm still moving my own boxes and stuff, but I hire some come get everything out of here, get my furniture out of here, get everything into the truck, get it over to the place. I don't want my friends to have to schlep shit. I don't want to have to schlep some of that shit.
I think we have a connection with this.
Well,
Unfortunately, I'm disconnected because I'm the one everyone calls to help them move.
well, that's what you
And I'm like, yeah, sure,
you cut the-
okay,
you-
I'm going to go.
you cut the arms off your shirt and show off the guns. Everybody thinks you're a big,
It
tough,
has
strong
nothing to
guy.
do with that.
You can borrow his truck and help all your
I
friends.
borrow your truck to help them move.
No, you can't borrow my truck even. So there. All right, moving on to Wrath. For the two of you guys, smart guys. All right, Wrath, and I'm going to have to take the president off the board for this.
Well, no, I don't want this.
Besides,
The Secret Service might be calling,
right?
so we can't
Oh
use
no,
that.
I've had plenty of guests that it got to the point where I was like, it's like a Tourette's thing. Like, who would you rather punch in the face? Trump. Yeah, it's like, calm down, relax. I thought I got worked into a fucking lather, But who would you like to? I mean, free shot, tied to a pole, no consequences. Who would you like to punch right in the fucking face? No,
Lil
one.
Wayne.
You got to pick one.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne would be my answer.
Lil Wayne?
Can we check the board on that?
Lil Wayne.
Alex, who is Lil Wayne?
Number one answer.
Ding, 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 ding,
Lil
ding.
Wayne. I hold so much contempt for him. I'm sure he's
Two
a nice
two
person.
DJs surveyed. Top answer is on the board.
Lil Wayne.
Survey says no. It is Lil Wayne. It is Lil Wayne because he's the hub. He is the ringleader of the rest of the moronic people that we. That's another show.
That spew out music that is just incomprehensible to hear.
Did he start the slide
You're
of
getting me-
hip hop? Was he the one that started it?
No,
No. He was a catalyst.
No,
he was.
yeah,
Yes,
the
he
catalyst.
was.
He glamorized it. He had the money, and everybody wanted to be like him, etc.
Drugs,
I could sit here
stupidity,
for 2 hours.
guns,
Tattoos,
Yeah.
Tattoos on
the
your
whole,
face.
No
yeah.
talent.
no talent.
Am I leaving anything out?
But leave T-Pain out of this. I like
Let's
T-Pain a
just stay
lot.
with Lil Wayne.
I've met T-Pain. T-Pain's a cool dude.
All right. Okay, well, we'll stick with Lil Wayne. Although I don't 100% agree with you. I'm not a fan either, really, though. So it's okay. I know people who have written rhymes for him because some people say he's functionally fucking retarded.
Yes.
So some people say that dude's in the spectrum.
He's still trying to
Well, I
figure out
think-
what rhymes with
mean,
orange.
Yeah.
I think out of all of them, I just had to pick one out to be my own personal spokesperson for that. And I
Oh
think
man,
Lil
it's a
Wayne-
lifelong mission with
Yeah,
this guy.
Oh, okay.
You're getting me upset now.
They would not let him within 500 yards of the Blink-182 concert in Lil Wayne last week because they were looking for him with a sniper rifle.
Yeah,
They
no,
definitely
you need
were.
to stay away from there. There was a lot of Lil Wayne fans there. Let me tell you what. But
I sent him tickets.
I do know people who have written rhymes for him, and they're like, "Yeah, that dude at the time was doing so many drugs, drinking so much, and that drinking that syrup or scissor or
There's
whatever."
Scissor.
so much youth that could be inspired by so many more talented people, and they look at something like Lil Wayne, and you know what? That's what they have, and that's what they want to be, and it's just a sad.
And that's how you get Migos.
a sad day in America.
That's how you get
exactly
Migos.
how
Now we're
and
just
that's how
gonna
you get Cardi B.
drift off into.
people who like that kind of music. I think like to eat with paper plates and plastic. forks.
Here's a question for you. Okay,
I like plastic forks because I don't like to wash utensils.
I'm going to give you an either-or question. I'm going to give you a choice between Cardi B and Lil Wayne. Who is better?
I'm gonna go
Who
make a
is better?
sandwich. If they're both drowning in a boat, I'm gonna go make a sandwich.
No. Who is the better? Who makes a better contribution to music? Even though it's
negative contribution?
Even though it's both cats fucking
God,
to you
man.
guys.
Who's
with a
worse?
beat.
Are you saying
Who's better?
Who's better? In a relative sense.
That's like being the smartest person in the group of retarded children. That's
Smartest guy on the short bus?
yeah. You know what? I'd like to see them both disappear from the face
but
of the earth.
who is better? Who do you find more tolerable? You would never play Lil Wayne.
No, I wouldn't. And unfortunately,
principle.
I've been forced to play Cardi B because it is in our playlist.
It's
Or-
wildly
not
popular.
mine anymore, but your guys'
Right.
playlist.
She's wildly popular.
That's like Stalin and Hitler. It's just the same.
Satan Hitler.
Mussolini,
yes.
Mussolini or Hitler.
I'll go with Cardi B. Gonzo
Cardi B,
for
okay.
500.
Okay, Cardi B for 500. X gets the square. Okay, outstanding.
Well, maybe for 500 she used to dance for you and then
questions.
rob you.
You're like
Getting me crazy.
a turd
Or poop.
or a turd. Turd with nuts.
I'll go with the turd with nuts.
turd with
Turd with
corn.
green streaks in it. Well, let me taste this one because I don't like this one. It's just like yeah, I love making.
That was a really shitty
You're welcome.
question.
Yeah, I know. It's a really shitty question. Number 6. I wonder if anybody's still left in the chat room. They've all left. Like, oh my God, they're talking about eating shit now.
Crickets. Chirp.
Oh, hey, look, we got Tony Gallo in the room. Hey, we got more. We got extra people. Look at you guys are popular.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that guy.
Tony Gallo.
Wasn't he the lawyer in
That's Callow.
Joe Pesci? Oh,
That's Callow.
it.
He's my accountant.
And the C is silent.
He's my sponsor accountant /
Number 6, Envy. Wife swap. Or not wife swap, life swap. Wife swap. That was a totally different question. Life swap. Who would you trade places with? Who would you want to be? Even if it was an hour, a day, permanently.
That's a good one.
Me, I'd like to be Richard Branson.
That's a really good one.
That's my hero. Sort of.
I loved his airline when he still had it.
Yeah, well,
So we're talking looks, money, and fame.
yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to be looks.
I think it would have because
Dead.
I respect good looking.
Could it be
people.
dead or
Guys-
alive?
Why
I don't want to be dead.
I love Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, he's-
okay, but he's fat, old, and ugly.
and
he's
I
a
don't.
genius.
And he doesn't speak Spanish.
Could this person be deceased as well?
Sure, why not?
You know what? Hunter Thompson.
Yeah. Oh, that's an easy
that
answer
would
for
be-
me.
Yeah, that's
That would-
dead.
you
Yeah,
like
that's
Hunter
easy.
That's a
Oh, that's right, you're tattooed.
like Hunter Thompson. Look behind you.
And your tattoo as well.
Yes, and
that.
several of them. This one I am not. That's a Ralph Steadman.
Yes.
Okay, and Steadman is a great impressionist and an absurdist. I call him
Yes.
an absurdist.
Yeah, I like
You know,
that word.
He's an extreme
I would
absurdist.
say as far as he took the edge,
Right.
the old context of you don't know where the edge is unless you've been over there. But
Right.
he's been over it so many times, and his literature and the way he explained that whole culture. So
Right.
I like that.
Right. Well, the beautiful thing you're going to get me talking about
ahead.
Hunter. The Good Doctor practiced his writing style by mimicking the greats like Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, F. Scott Fitzgerald. He would retype entire books to get the rhythm, to get the feeling.
Right.
Okay, it was always said that if he wasn't a writer, if he wasn't an author, he would have been a musician. He would probably have been a piano player. Okay, or a fullback.
He had a way of making things flow.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he's
like a song. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and
Thanks, because no matter what I say right now is not going to be cool at all. It's
Okay.
going to completely freaking suck.
all right, nerd.
Go ahead, Dirty.
Who? Hugh
Wait,
Hefner.
no,
He's dead. What?
No.
The little leprechaun guy in the Lucky Charms.
Yeah, I want to
box.
be him.
Wow, Irish stereotyping here on the Gonzo Radio Show.
I know. My Italian friend here.
He's always bothering me for being.
I am.
Go
I'm
ahead.
always busting his balls.
You've got him creeping out of the shot again.
Oh,
Scoot back over.
Don't give me a chair with wheels.
It's D. You're afraid of D. That's what it is.
Oh, no, not at all.
So who's it going to be, Mike?
Wow, since you went with dead. Damn it. I'm just going to say Kevin Costner like we talked about.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, Kevin Costner's a good answer.
I mean, just his career, the whole Western theme of his movies, the whole way he stayed out there, plus this new show,
His baseball.
Right.
Yellowstone. Yeah, baseball
and he made
too.
and he did the best baseball movie
He
in
did.
history.
I like
Yeah, but even still, well, two of them.
Tin Cup Golf.
Yeah, that's too. And Tin
For the
Cup
Love
was
of the Game
For
was
the
a
Love of the Game.
freaking great movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But his new show, Yellowstone, it's on the Paramount Network. I don't get paid
Modern
for
day
this.
cowboy movie.
Oh no, it's rancher / now. It's a really badass show. Just for a day, yeah, just him.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
But
On
really,
to-
you blew mine out of the water.
Yeah, well, and
I stole his thunder.
I'm partial to Hunter, so.
So
All
is
right.
Jerry Black, so he's gonna love you even more.
So, yeah, like he would watch my show.
Jerry, I know you're listening.
No, he's not. He won't listen. He won't watch. He hates me. Number 7, pride.
Oh, there's more.
Speaking of something I'm proud of.
It's the 7 deadly sins.
7.
My children,
Pride.
my daughter.
Am I boring you?
No,
Okay.
my daughter.
Yeah, just
That-
your daughter.
My
your kid?
daughter. That's it.
Bing.
Man. She's
You can listen to that.
Oh no, especially she's a straight A student. She took over her band, a marching band. She's a junior this year coming up. She's an officer in the ROTC program. She has 12-hour school days, and she had 2 weeks off this summer. That was it. Even today, school starts next Wednesday. She was there for both ROTC and band today during the summer to be ready for it. She's doing everything that she wants to do, and that's it.
I love you.
Well,
I love this guy.
You should be happy because
I'm very happy.
You know, in 6 or 8 years when you're 75, she'll be able to take care of you. You know, she
doesn't want to be a nurse.
Really good
she
for
first
100.
said she wanted to become a psychiatrist, which was perfect to be able to fix the family. But then she's changed her mind.
That's such a long job.
I know, but it looks like she's going to UM, and with everything working, she's going to end up going full ride. So.
And not to sound pervy, but she is a gorgeous redhead.
She is.
So you're going to have to probably send somebody or move down to Miami.
I know a lot of guys in Hialeah, baby, in Miami.
I'll send you an uncle over.
Yeah, you got to come. His name is Unctor Hector, but he's coming to see.
Yeah, because she is a classic Irish ginger, pretty as hell. And you could tell, I can tell by the pictures that I see of via Facebook,
right.
That she carries herself extremely well.
She does. She blows
she's
me away.
smarter than you.
She is very much. It must have skipped generations where she got her brains.
Well, you got all the speaking talent,
That's
and
right.
she got all the brains.
No, but she plays like 6 musical instruments. She was reading sheet music when she was six years old.
Oh.
I mean,
well, then, unless she runs into a boy that has got the same interests and talents, she's going to scare the shit out of a regular guy. Yeah, she will. She'll scare the shit out of him.
Well, if
you
she
look
doesn't,
you look at these millennial guys, right? No, don't worry about that. Listen, you look at a great majority of these millennial guys, okay, and they're very intimidated by girls. They're very intimidated. I mean, yeah, they're still horny as hell, 14, 15, 16 years old. But they're very intimidated. And like you said, your daughter, 6 instruments, ROTC officer, leader of the band. She got 4.0 grade point average?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12-hour school day. She's busy. She's got focus. She's got a goal. Boys might not even come into the equation until
they're there. They're there. Oh, they're there.
Oh, okay.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah. And they're not getting anywhere because... But can you imagine being a kid where it's like, yeah, I play JV football
and I play the harmonica.
And I play the harmonica.
You want to go out? You want to go out next week?
play the harmonica.
My dad, when guys would come over to see my sister, my dad would throw a bullet at him, and he goes, "Bring her home after 12. It gets faster." Hey, you know what I'm talking about?
It comes a little faster.
It comes to your face a little faster.
Why is that black car following us?
Right? Is that gun oil I smell? Yeah.
Does your dad drive that pretty girl Lexus back there?
Oh my God! And you have pride.
You know what? Obviously, my son, because I created him, he's a good kid.
Okay.
Actor. But I'm proud of my sobriety too. This guy helped me out. But ever since I've been sober, they promise you, and there's something called the promises in AA,
right?
Which I go, and things change. They just change better for you because when you get out of control with your sobriety, it gets out of control in a bad way.
And he's lived it. I've watched him.
And the last 4 years.
4 years coming up.
Yeah, 4 years. I'd say my sobriety. I'm proud of that because it was hard to do. It's not easy to, it's not easy to be.
I've known you a while. I've seen you with cocktails in your hand, and it never looks like it empties.
No.
So at
well,
that
I think
juncture,
the first time at the what is it, the summit or the big panda thing we had, I was supposed to go up and do a comedy bit. It just I got on stage and nothing came out, and it was just a mess, and they kicked me off. So that was like
you went up there and just giggled for 3 minutes. I just went up there,
laughed, and spilt my drink and made an
At least he kept his clothes on.
No, I probably dropped my pants at that. Well, yeah. So
you mind if I ask a personal question?
Not at all.
What was your drug of choice?
All of them.
All of them.
except I can't smoke pot. I can't smoke pot. It has an adverse effect on you.
Some people are like, what's really funny is I find people that are addicted to stimulants and opioids and extreme alcoholics, people that drink a lot of alcohol, they can't fuck with cannabis at all.
I cannot touch it.
You read my autobiography.
Yeah, THC. It's immediate anxiety, stupidity, loss of motor
Dude,
control.
I could do it, and I'll sit in the corner like a potted plant,
Right.
And you'd get more answers from a potted plant than you
Right.
would me.
And I think that with our industry, it's so
Prolific?
It's so. Well, I'm
Well,
trying to think of a good word as to not
Prolific.
taint
You can say
our-
prolific.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's very-
stop.
yeah, but it's so
Prevalent.
Practically legal,
Prevalent.
for God's sakes.
it's so available
There.
out of the clubs. It's so available, and it's just so easy to get caught up in that. And now I see a lot of people that we work with. You can see them in their younger years.
Right.
We're a little older, but you can see they're younger. You can see them taking the same route, and you can see, because it's a slight slope, and before you know it, you're 45, 40 years old, and everything's got out of hand. So
It insidiously weaves its way into your lifestyle.
Yeah,
Because not just that.
you work in alcohol. You work around
Absolutely.
And
alcohol.
it's not just that addictive. The lifestyle's addictive. The cash,
Sure.
the money's addictive,
Yeah.
and it all just compounds.
So to stop that cold turkey, the way I did, and I had a lot of help, but to stop that, I think I never pat myself on the back, but I'll do that.
no, he needs to
I'm,
for that.
I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that.
Good, and I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, because you are one of the few of my colleagues and my friends and people that I like who have gotten to that out of control point and reeled it back in, and really worked on curing yourself of the disease, or at least getting the disease under control.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how many guys have we seen spin off into the oblivion
please.
Oh, I mean,
and die?
how many funerals have I had to go to in
Exactly.
the past
You know,
10
you-
years?
You even took me aside one time, a long time ago, and you were like, I know you're with the fuck the establishment kind of thing, but that's not how it goes. You sort of like gave me a little, this isn't funny.
Used to call him DJ Ramon.
Yeah, but everybody gave you those little instances, and along with Mike, somebody has to,
Reel it in.
point it out and reel it in. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm kind of cool with that.
We'll save the poof epiphany moment.
It's like the shit's getting old,
We'll save
Marjorie.
that. We'll save that for our show.
Exactly.
We'll save that for our show when all the lights and bells and whistles went off to get him started.
Well, we'll definitely let you guys go hash that out. That's for sure. We'll probably make it topical, which is really great. We'll take a topic and we'll go bananas with it.
Yeah.
And then eventually we'll
This
build
is
up the
fun.
email
Can we
list.
do it again tomorrow?
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, I hope to get to the point where I am doing this every day like this, but we're getting there. We're building.
Good.
Probably building in the right direction. But okay, well, thank you for playing the 7 deadly questions.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you know what? This is probably a good time to call it a night, because we're gonna. It's just running out of steam from here.
That's
'Cause,
awesome.
I'm starting to get hungry. Thank you once again, Mike J. Bigley,
Just MJ.
D. Nath.
The only people that
MJ.
know my last name are in high school.
Michael James Bigley.
No, just Jay.
J. It's just a J.
It's just Jay.
And
Thank you, guys. We
And D. Nath is actually spelled D-E-E Nath, not just D. Nath.
Just
thanks.
like
thanks.
D's nuts.
D's
D-Nath.
nuts. D's Nath.
D's Nath.
But thanks so much for coming on this week. I really appreciate it.
I had fun.
And welcome to the network.
Yes.
Welcome to the network, and welcome to the network to you too.
There you go.
Because you're no longer just going to be the ride
Would
guy.
you
You're
like
actually
to be
gonna
my
here doing
assistant?
stuff. You want to be my assistant? I need an assistant. Can you be my assistant? I've been begging.
Where are you? I'm
I've
in
been
New York.
begging to pay
Who
a
are
fucking
you?
producer to handle this shit for a year now. Okay, a year. I've gotten somebody in for a little bit. Boom, boom. It's not necessarily a full-time job. It's a hobby job, but I pay. And nobody wants to do it. It's not like I'm a slave driver. You come here, you get a drink, you get some food, I'll take care of you, I'll be good with you, we'll have a good time. I'm a good boss to work for. So I'm the producer now. Meh. So
See these millennials? They don't want to do anything.
millennials. So make sure you check us out. Check out the new network, the Gonzo Radio Network. Okay, it's at www.gonzoradionetwork.com. Go there, sign up for the email list. We're starting an email list. That way you can be privy to exclusive content. You can see things before other people, before the regular public sees them. You can get stuff that nobody gets. You can have access to stuff that nobody can get, or at least get first dibs on stuff. You can be the real hardcore. Okay, and then once you're on the mailing list, and then we can also keep you alerted to how things are going with new shows and appearances, and of course our sponsors. We're always going to bring you value. So go to the Gonzo Radio Network, www.gonzoradionetwork.com, and sign up for that email list. Okay, sign up, get on the train. Also, Facebook, Gonzo Radio Show. You can go to the Gonzo Radio fan page, like that thing. Give me likes. I want all the likes I can get over there. The Gonzo Radio group, because not only do you see what may be happening in the upcoming shows, but of course all the memes, the hilarious memes that I use on the breaks, which for those of you who don't go pee during the break and watch the meme shows, I post a lot of those memes during the week, so you get a kind of a preview of it. And of course, everybody, all the whole gang that posts up and down in that group. It's a really, really lively group. You got to go ahead and check it out. You can check me out, Richard Gonzo Saligny on Facebook as well. The middle name Gonzo, not the middle name William. And then, of course, there's the Gonzo Radio Show at Gonzo Radio Show on Twitter, at Gonzo Radio Podcast on the Instagrams, at Gonzo Radio Sports Desk on Instagram. You got to go check out the Sports Desk every Sunday at 11 a.m. We bring you mainly fantasy football now. We're all into fantasy football again. All of it. Before, we were just doing sports.
My idea of fantasy football is the Patriots team plane while going into a mountain. That's my idea of fantasy football.
I am not going to contradict you. I'm not. I'm not as bad of a Brady hater as most other people.
I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm not a dog.
I know. You're a Steeler fan. I know. It's okay. It's okay. I understand the bitterness. But by all means, jump up on all of that and get ready, because things are taking off. Things are taking off, kids. We're going to have our own club to do live remotes from, which is going to be fucking awesome. It's it's okay. It's in development.
We're going to have wings named after him.
Right. So on behalf of myself and my two new show hosts, Michael J, Dee Nath, I'm Big Daddy Gonzo. This has been the Gonzo Radio Show. And we will see you guys next week at 8 o'clock sharp. Bye.
Love you, Gonzo.
For Gonzo Radio, this is Super Time 6000 2015 for Gonzo Television Station. You're coming to the greater Sandusky, Ohio area. This is Pirate Bill, and this is Frank Welker saying, watch Transformers.